Welcome back to Have More Babies.
Hi, everyone.
So you sent over this really useful article, Newborn Parenting, Great Tips for New Parents. Well, it's fantastic.
Yeah, it really is. It's quite comprehensive, but still feels really practical for anyone just starting out, you know?
Totally. Feels like a good guide for those first few, maybe slightly chaotic weeks. Our mission today, unpack it, find the gems, and help you feel a bit more ready.
Absolutely. It covers so much feeding, soothing, things that can make a huge difference.
Okay, let's jump right in with feeding. Breastfeeding or chest feeding. The article stresses don't delay. That first hour, right? Why is that so, well, critical?
It's fascinating, actually. It's not just about bonding, though. That's huge. That very first feed helps the baby, adjust to the outside world.
Ah, okay.
And it also triggers hormones for the parent, kickstarting milk production. It's biology doing its thing, really.
Makes sense. Then there's nursing on demand. That sounds intense. What does that actually look like day to day?
It can feel intense at first, yeah. We're talking maybe every 1 to 3 hours initially. Wow.
I know, it feels constant, but it's honestly the best way to build up a good milk supply.
Plus, the baby's practicing, learning to suck and swallow efficiently.
Right, building those skills.
Yeah.
And the latch, the article calls that crucial, prevents soreness, ensures the baby gets enough milk. What's the advice there?
Yeah, the latch is key. And this is where the guide rightly says, get help if you need it.
Okay.
Talk to the nurses, your pediatrician, or ideally a lactation consultant. So many hospitals have them available.
That's good to know.
A good latch isn't just comfort, it's function. Baby's tongue needs to be right to draw milk properly. It avoids, just compressing the nipple.
Got it. They also suggest setting up a nursing nest. I kind of love that term. What does that involve?
It's all about comfort and having things handy. Think pillows, lots of pillows for support. Maybe a footstool.
Posture.
Exactly. And definitely water, snacks,
Yeah.
right there. Because you might be there for a while, especially early on.
Good tip. And nutrition for the parent, that's important too, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. The article mentions needing about 300 to 400 extra calories a day.
Right.
And staying hydrated, at least 8 glasses of water. You're fueling another human. It takes energy.
Okay, shifting gears.
Mm.
Handling your newborn. Clean hands. Seems basic, but why is it so emphasized?
Well, their immune systems are just, getting started. They're much more vulnerable to germs and infections than we are.
So simple washing makes a big difference.
A huge difference. It's basic, but powerful.
And always supporting the head and neck. Why is that non-negotiable?
They just don't have the muscle strength yet. Simple as that. Their heads are heavy, necks are weak. Good support keeps them safe, keeps their airway open.
And this one needs stressing. Never, ever shake a baby. The article is very clear on the dangers.
Extremely clear, and for good reason. Shaking can cause devastating internal bleeding. It can even be fatal. It's incredibly serious.
It's so scary. What are the gentle alternatives if you need to wake them?
Gentle things. Tickle their sheets softly, maybe blow gently on their cheek. Nothing forceful.
Right. The article also mentions securing them properly in strollers, car seats, and avoiding bouncy stuff.
Yeah, no rough bouncing, like on your knee or throwing them in the air playfully. Their little bodies aren't ready for that kind of jarring movement. Gentle and secure is the mantra.
Okay. Let's talk soothing and bonding. That deep connection starts right after birth, the article says. Why is that bond so fundamental?
It's more than just feeling close, Bonding actually impacts their physical growth, their overall development.
Really? How?
Well, the hormones released, like oxytocin, during those close moments help regulate the baby's stress system as it develops. It builds a foundation of security. It's quite profound, actually.
Wow. So how can parents actively encourage that bonding?
Simple things, really powerful things. Cradling them close, gentle stroking maybe down the back or little circles on the tummy. Gentle massage is great too, especially mentioned for preemies or babies who had a tougher start.
And for soothing fussiness. The power of voice and music comes up.
Absolutely. Your voice is like the most familiar sound they know. Singing softly, just talking, cooing. It's incredibly calming for them.
And music.
Gentle, rhythmic music can work wonders too. Creates a peaceful vibe.
Swaddling is another big one. How does that help?
Exactly. It's like recreating the womb, that snug feeling. It provides warmth, security.
Stops them startling themselves awake.
Exactly. Limits that startle reflex. The article gives a good step-by-step on how to do it safely.
But crucially, there's a point where you have to stop swaddling.
Yes, very important. Around 2 months, or basically as soon as they show any sign of trying to roll over.
Why then?
Because if they roll onto their stomach while swaddled, they might not be able to roll back or lift their head easily, which increases the risk of SI dose. Safety first.
Got it. Okay, on to the nitty-gritty.
Yeah.
Diapering. The article quotes something like 70 changes a week.
Huh. Yeah, sounds about right. It's a lot. Maybe 10 times a day initially.
So key tip is preparation.
Definitely. Have everything ready before you start. Clean diaper, wipes, ointment, fasteners, whatever you use. Never leave the baby alone on the changing table, not even for a second.
And cleaning. What's recommended?
Keep it gentle. Plain water on a soft cloth or cotton balls is often enough. Or gentle, fragrance-free wipes. Ointments can help heal or prevent rashes.
Ah, yes, diaper rash. What does it look like and what causes it typically?
Usually red, maybe a bit bumpy. It's basically skin irritation, often from being wet or soiled for too long, especially if their skin is sensitive.
Makes sense. So prevention and healing tips from the guide.
Frequent changes are number one. Clean gently every time.
Right.
Apply a good barrier. Cream zinc oxide is usually recommended, quite thick. If you use cloth diapers, use dye-free, fragrance-free detergent.
And letting them air out.
Yeah, some diaper-free time, when it's safe and practical, can really help the skin breathe and heal.
Okay, bathing. Sponge baths first, right? Why is that?
Until the umbilical cord stump falls off and heals completely, that usually takes, what, 1 to 4 weeks? And also, until a circumcision, if they have one, is healed, which is maybe 1 to 2 weeks, just keeps those areas dry while they heal.
And how often do they need a proper bath
Yeah.
in that first year? Does it seem like every day?
No, definitely not. About 3 times a week is usually plenty. Too much bathing can dry out their delicate skin.
Good point. What supplies should parents gather beforehand?
You'll want a soft washcloth, mild baby soap, and shampoo unscented is best. A soft little brush for hair, towels. Plural is good.
Always need backup towels?
Always. And of course, a clean diaper and clothes ready to go.
Now, the article covers care for circumcision and the umbilical cord. Post-circumcision, what's the main advice?
Keep it clean and protected. Usually involves applying a bit of petroleum jelly to the tip with each diaper change so it doesn't stick.
Okay.
Gentle cleaning with warm water. And the guide points out signs to watch for, like worsening swelling, discharge, bad smell, blisters. Call the doctor if you see those.
And the umbilical cord,
Mhm.
sounds like there might be slightly different advice out there.
Yeah. The article acknowledges that. Some say wipe the base with plain water. Others say just leave it alone to air dry.
So what's the takeaway?
Talk to your baby's doctor. Get their specific recommendation. That's the best approach.
What should parents definitely not do?
Don't submerge the navel area in bathwater until the cord has completely fallen off and it's healed. Stick to sponge baths.
What does normal healing look like? Should parents expect it to change color?
Yeah, it'll dry out and typically change from yellowish to brown or black before it falls off. That's normal.
And should they worry?
A foul smell, pus-like discharge, or redness spreading on the skin around the base, those could be signs of infection, so definitely call the pediatrician. Keep it clean, keep it dry, fold the diaper down below it. A little smell is often normal as it detaches, though.
That's helpful. Which brings us to when to call the pediatrician in general. The article gives specific temperatures.
Yes, this is crucial. For a newborn, a rectal temperature of 100.4 Fahrenheit or higher is a call the doctor situation. Immediately.
Even if they seem okay otherwise.
With newborns and fever, you don't wait. Better safe than sorry. For babies over 3 months, the threshold is often a bit higher, like 101F, but always check with your doctor.
What other signs should prompt a call?
Big changes in eating, like refusing to feed.
Yeah.
Very watery or mucousy diapers.
Okay.
If the baby is excessively sleepy, really lethargic, hard to wake up, or the opposite, overly irritable, crying constantly and you can't console them.
Any physical signs?
Yeah, a new red or swollen rash anywhere. Redness or swelling around the base of that umbilical cord, like we mentioned.
What about tummy troubles?
Signs of constipation where they seem really uncomfortable or are straining hard, or a distended, hard belly, and actual vomiting, not just the usual little spit-ups.
It really does sound like trusting your gut and calling is the way to go.
Absolutely. Your pediatrician wants you to call if you're worried.
Let's loop back to feeding, slightly burping, and frequency. Still on demand, every 2-3 hours. What are those hunger cues again?
Yep, still on demand. Look for them getting more active, putting hands or fingers to their mouth, making little sucking noises, or rooting, turning their head looking for the nipple or bottle. Crying is usually a late hunger cue.
Good to know. And how long does a feed typically take, or how much formula?
Breastfeeding varies hugely, but maybe aim for around 15 minutes per breast as a starting point. Formula. Initially, maybe 2 to 3 ounces, that's like 60–90 milliliters per feed. But again, follow the baby's lead.
How do you know if they're getting enough?
For breastfeeding, one sign can be breasts feeling softer, less full after feeding, but honestly, the best indicators are weight gain, growth, and enough wet, dirty diapers.
So keep the pediatrician in the loop about growth.
Definitely. They track it closely.
And burping, why do we do it?
To help them release swallowed air. Trapped air can make them uncomfortable, gassy, fussy.
Makes sense. When should you burp?
The guide suggests when you switch sides during breastfeeding or after every couple of ounces of formula.
What if they don't burp right away? Just give up.
No. Try changing position. Hold them upright over your shoulder. Sit them on your lap, leaning forward. Lay them tummy down across your lap. Gently pat or rub their back.
And always burp after the feed.
Yep, try to burp after feeding and then keep them upright for maybe 10–15 minutes. Helps reduce spitting up.
Okay, last big topic. Sleep. Newborns sleep a ton, right? It's like 16 hours.
They do sleep a lot, but it's in short bursts because those tiny tummies need refilling often. So yeah, 8–12 feeds in 24 hours means sleep gets broken up.
So waking them for night feeds is normal, even necessary at first.
Yes, especially in the first few weeks, every 2–4 hours usually. Need to make sure they get enough calories and blood sugar stays stable.
When might that change?
Most babies over 3 months can start sleeping longer stretches at night, but it varies so much. Don't compare your baby too much.
Safe sleep. This is so important. Key takeaways.
Always, always, always place baby on their back to sleep. Every single time.
For naps too?
Naps, nighttime, everything. Back is safest. And the crib should be bare. Firm mattress, fitted sheet. That's it.
No blankets, pillows, stuffed animals.
Nothing. No bumpers, no quilts, no sheepskins. Those all increase suffocation or SI-DES risk.
What about where they sleep? Room sharing is okay, but not bed sharing.
Exactly. Room sharing baby in their own safe sleep space, like a crib or bassinet in the parent's room, is recommended for at least the first 6 months, maybe even a year.
Why is that helpful?
Studies show it can help regulate the baby's breathing, heart rate, stress levels, makes nighttime feeding easier too, but bed sharing itself is linked to a higher risk of SI-DES and accidental suffocation.
Good distinction. The article also mentions alternating their head position.
Oh yeah, simple tip to help prevent flat spots from developing. Just gently turn their head to face a different direction each time you put them down.
And finally, the classic day-night confusion. Baby wants to party all night and sleep all day. Any tips?
Try to keep nighttime interactions low-key. Dim lights, quiet voices, minimal fuss during feeds and changes.
In daytime.
Expose them to natural light and normal household activity during the day. Help set their internal clock, hopefully. You know, looking back at all this, the article really does lay out a solid foundation. It covers so many of the core things new parents face.
It really does. It's a reminder that, yeah, it can feel like a lot, but there's good practical advice out there.
Exactly. It's about building confidence and knowing the basics.
Absolutely. And speaking of support and expert guidance, if you're looking for more detailed information or need pediatric care for your little one, especially if you're in Georgia, you should definitely visit Omega Pediatrics online. Their website is omegapediatrics.com.
They're a fantastic resource, really dedicated to newborn care and family support.
Truly, you'll find a wealth of information there at omegapediatrics.com, so please check them out. And hey, if you found this conversation useful today, we'd love it if you could give this video a thumbs up.
Yeah, hit that like button.
And subscribe to Have More Babies for more discussions like this. Oh, and share it. Share it with any new parents or parents-to-be, you know.
Right. It really helps get reliable info out there. It's all about feeling prepared and knowing where to turn.
Couldn't agree more. Well, thanks so much for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
We'll catch you next time.